Guys, I think I figured out why I have bad luck with dating. Because when I was a child, I spilled some salt on the table and I didn't throw it over my left shoulder. So the universe said, fuck you. Your dating life's gonna suck for eternity.
Or maybe the universe is telling you, lower your standards and find a man on your level. Because as you'll see in this video, there's a growing epidemic of chronic singleness among women over 30 in the United States, just like this woman. That's why today I'm showing you women over 30 who have already given up on finding a partner. But before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let's get started.
No one wants to hear this, but nobody wants to date a woman in her 30s. If you haven't settled down by the time you're in your 30s, just give it up. No one wants an emotionally intelligent, self-aware, secure woman who only wants a man for his character.
I have not been on a date in 3 years. 3 whole years. And I am 31, will be 32 years old in April. Yeah, and I can't believe that I am not able to even get a single date. And I would love to know or have any suggestions from anyone, honestly, at this point, of how to go about dating at this point. It just really feels like nobody is interested in dating, doing the whole spiel. Yeah, so help a girl out.
I have been single for 9 years. My last real relationship ended in 2017 when I was 27 years old. And I don't even feel like I was even really in love. Like, I don't even think I really knew what love was like in my 20s. And in my 30s, I've had like little situationships here and there. And even still, I was never in love and never felt like I could bring them home to my family and meet my mom or anything like that. But looking back on it now, I would rather be single than end up with any of those people that I used to be with. And it's just so crazy how much I really did have to learn about myself. And I truly do understand the reason why God has slowed down this journey for me of like settling down, because there was a lot of work that had to be done internally first. And the peace that I have now just by being by myself is unmatched. So it's like whoever tries to come into my life has so much competition with this little bubble of peace that I've built for myself. I have gotten past the phase of like feeling sorry for myself. Like, oh, I wish I had a man. Like, I have gotten past that. And sometimes the grass just looks greener on the other side. I know that some people in relationships probably look at me and they're like, God, like, you're so lucky to have this time to yourself. So it's like really just how you look at things. But it's just really strange just thinking that I'm 36, single, no kids. And I kind of getting to that point where I feel like I don't even know if I want any anymore. I've been having these conversations more with my family and just kind of opening them up to that reality, because I feel like for a second everyone was just like, oh, for sure you're gonna have kids. I'm not gonna rush into having kids just for the sake of having kids, and I'm not gonna rush into getting married just for the sake of being married. Decentering men from your life is the best thing that you can do, and just center yourself. It's no better feeling than pouring all of your love into yourself and investing in yourself and just making yourself better. And yeah, go on the dates, have fun, whatever, but it's not everything. And it's so crazy now because I've just gotten extremely, extremely picky. Like, I haven't found someone that I'm actually attracted to that I want to get to know. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's just because I feel like I just have it so good on my own that I don't even want to risk this piece. If you know, you know. If you're in this type of position, you know that you're holding out for the best of the best and you've learned not to settle, and that's why you've gotten this far. So anyone else that's in my shoes right now that's been single for this long, I see you.
Damn! And as we can see here, they've all hit the wall. Just hearing a 36-year-old woman say she's still extremely picky, when the odds of her ending up alone are higher than the odds of finding the man she's waiting for, is pretty revealing. Because the wall is real, and as everyone knows, the wall doesn't forgive. It's obvious that many of them are already coming to terms with the idea that they may never have children. They spend so much time waiting for the perfect man that they'd rather grow old alone than give an average man a chance. Women in previous generations didn't just marry for convenience. They looked for potential. They built something together. They didn't sit around waiting for the winner at the finish line. And this is where that mindset leads. Gentlemen, invest in wine and cat food.
Hey, look, right, so I'm 30 years old. And one thing I noticed about dating in your 30s, you have two choices. You can either one, be single forever, or two, be a stepdad. But let me tell you something. The older you get, the harder it is to find a woman that's around your age that doesn't have kids. Don't get me wrong, they out here, but it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But here's the thing though, say if I do find a woman that's around the same age as me that doesn't have kids, we probably ain't having our first kid till like probably fucking 4 or 5 years later. Cause I'm not rushing being a parent. I'm not rushing. I know it's not an easy task. It's like the older I get, the more I realize I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have my first child at 35. When they turn 10, I'll be 45. By the time they get out of the house, I'll be pushing 60. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it.
The hottest girls always have the worst love life, and that's because we're always lusted over and not loved on. It is crazy to me that men will literally see you. They will see that you take care of yourself, that you exude this confidence, you have this amazing aura. You're somebody that not only takes care of your physical body, but you take care of your spirit, your energy, the way that you move in this world, the way that you dress, the way that you show up. And they will still literally take advantage of that. At one point, you start to question, like, is there somebody that's going to see me beyond my looks? Is there somebody that's going to see me beyond of what I physically am?
I don't care if this is a pick-me thing to say, but I love men. I'm not a woman that hates men. I personally think I'm very blessed to have great examples of men within my family because I know how they've been raised and I see how they treat women, not just women in our family, but other women. I think that's key for women to see and for women to not hate men. But also, I'm not negating the fact that having negative experiences with men can obviously alter your mindset. However, you don't need to be a victim for the rest of your life. You don't need to hold on to that victim mentality your entire life. You don't need to believe that this is how all men are. Women are not the same, so what makes you think all men are the same? Some are good, some are bad, some are terrible. In fact, that's just women too, babe. That's women too. Let's just like drop the victim mentality. Let's move on, let's move forward. Change your mindset, change what you're looking for, actually understand and know what you want in a man if you actually do want a man, and let's move forward. My opinions on men in general is not a negative one. It may have used to be a negative one because I was surrounded by people who would tell me all these negative things about men, but personally, I've only had very few negative experiences with men. Because if you are a girl and you believe that all men are shit, and you've only ever experienced shit men, it's probably because your mindset is completely wrong. You need to train your brain into believing that good men exist and that you deserve a good man, and you will attract a good man because everything you speak into existence, you attract. It's all about law of attraction. If you were sat there talking about how much you hate men and how shit men are, you're only gonna attract shit men. Ever since I changed my mindset, changed my surroundings and my environment and the people I surround myself with, I now surround myself with people who are in happy, healthy, non-toxic, non-judgmental relationships where they don't play games, they have a very happy, secure relationship, and everything's fucking fantastic. Especially if you have like brothers or fathers, like, are they the example of why you hate men? The way I get treated as a girl within my family, it's precisely why I have hope that I will find the most incredible partner, because I do want to get married and settle down. And I feel like people think that's a pick-me thing to say, but like, I'm a girl, I want a family. I don't care if that sounds like a pick-me thing to say in this generation, because I also have my own money. I also have a career. I want, and I can have it all. You don't have to choose. This is 2026, babe. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I live in La La Land, but I truly believe that good men exist because we have raised them. You're just surrounding yourself by the wrong men. You're also attracting the wrong men, and you're speaking into existence exactly what you want. You create your own reality. Are you still dating if you're saying that you hate men and you think men suck? I find men useful. If you really still truly hate men, then maybe consider women.
To this guy, I'd say, there are millions of women out there. You're focusing only on women your own age. But today there are plenty of women over 30 who are single and childless. You can even date women who are 5 or 10 years younger than you. That's one of the advantages men have. You're in your 30s, the prime years of a man's life. As for the woman complaining that men only notice her looks, all I can say is that won't last forever. Eventually, that attention fades too. She should use that time wisely and lock down a good man while she still can. The other woman seems to have grown up with a father in her life. All she needs to do is find a man who genuinely wants a family and stop chasing chats. Otherwise, she'll end up like the women in the next video.
Women.
It is 2026. Why are some of you still dating men who hate you? I have seen not one, not two, but multiple videos today of women coming on this app and being like, I told my husband or my boyfriend or my mans that I wanted to start posting on social media, and he responded with, why would people watch you? You're not cute enough. You're not funny enough. Blah, 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 blah. Hit him with your car.
Gotcha, bitch!
This is my advice for women who want to be insanely successful and want to win and get to their bag and make their own money and do their own thing. Don't date men. Don't date right now. Just don't date. I want to talk about this because it's a touchy subject, but I just personally believe that if you're trying to really make it as a woman, you can't date a man at the same time and do that. And here's why. Men are very, very, very distracting. And they're also energy soul sucking people, right? So when women date men or they have a boyfriend, and just naturally, we're nurturers, right? So we want to nurture them, take care of them. That's just how we are. Well, that's how I am. I can't speak for everybody else, but that's how I am. And when you step back and decenter men from your life and make yourself the center of your entire world and make the priority of your entire existence you and becoming successful, the success will come so much faster. I stopped dating about 2 years ago. I have not dated anyone in 2 years, and how drastically different my life has become for the better is quite literally insane. I don't even know how to explain it. I make so much money, way more money than I ever did when I was dating anyone. Career took off through the freaking roof. And the only thing that I can say to that is that I literally decentered men from my life, made my life only about me and my family and my success. And I instantly saw the change. I'm 28 years old. I made my first $100,000 in the stock market this year, growing a business, financially doing so well. Business is going great, and I'm not dating. I literally don't go. I can't even tell you the last time I went on a date, ladies. And I'm not saying, if you want to be my guest, but I'm telling you right now, my biggest advice to any young woman who's really trying to make it out the mud, don't date. It's just a distraction. It's a distraction. And then when that man doesn't work out, you're going to sit back and think, wow, all of that time I spent with him, I could have been focusing on me, myself, and my business. And then you're pissed off. So instead, just don't do it all together. And then when you become super, super successful and you have everything you want and, you think that it's your time, then you can start dating. But advice for girls who are trying to make it, don't. Just don't.
This is where the denial stage begins. When some women can't find a partner, they enter the I can conquer the world on my own. I don't need any man. I'm the best of the best phase. All men are trash. That's usually a sign that you're lonelier than the sun at high noon on a cloudless day. If you don't even have a dog barking at you, things might be rough. Gentlemen, the wall doesn't forgive.
Can you imagine fumbling a man who literally only went to work, went to the gym, worked on himself, focused only on you as his person, and was trying to actually build a future with you, and you fumbled that man because you thought you could do better, or you got bored, or you thought something was wrong with him? You're gonna regret that for the rest of your life. I'm sorry.
I feel like at this point, the whole world knows that I went through a breakup. I didn't really want to talk about anything. I just feel like I wanted to do all my healing alone by myself. I've been going to therapy. I've just been really taking a lot of time away from social media and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of things that people just don't talk about when you go through a breakup. My breakup was a very unique breakup. I think just because I held on for so long, that does a lot of damage because you never really know when to walk away from something. And I wasn't going to share or talk about any of this stuff at all, but the craziest thing happened. I went to a coffee shop the other day, and this stranger, mind you, came up to me and she goes, "Hey, you're doing really good." And I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that." And she was like, "No, like, I see you. What you're going through right now, you're doing a really good job." And it was like, I feel like I put on a really good mask and I feel like I pretend really, really well. And maybe this person just saw straight through me or something. She then introduced me to 3 of her little sisters. I would say they were all teenagers. And it just reminded me that my platform originally started because I would come on here and I would just talk about things that I went through, things that I learned about, how I got through things. It was just like a sisterhood on the internet that I had. I feel like I really lost that part of myself over the past couple of years just because I feel like I kind of just lost my voice. I don't know. Still feel like I haven't even learned my lesson with this relationship ending. Just having a stranger tell me that I'm doing okay, I feel like wasn't for no reason. And it inspired me to start this journey with you guys and to bring my space back that I feel like I lost because I feel like I really lost myself too. So when people talk about losing your sparkle, it's so real. Just wanted to start a series on here where I can just be really honest and talk about what I'm going through and how I'm getting through it, because there are just so many people that are going through something so similar to me, and it just reminds me of how many young women are following me who are probably going through something so similar. Welcome to a new series called Keeping Tabs. Get it? You're keeping a tab. My name is Tab. Anyways. And then maybe through my journey of finding my sparkle, you're also able to find yours. Anyways. Love you guys. And I am so excited to begin this journey with you guys. A new chapter begins here. Love ya. Bye.
Absolutely. When a woman loses an exceptional man, she often ends up regretting it later. That's why, when a woman doesn't want to be with you, the worst mistake a man can make is begging. Instead, focus on yourself. Stay on your purpose, hit the gym, improve your appearance, and keep moving forward with your life. And trust me, she'll hear about you. She'll be watching from a distance. When she sees you living your best life, doing better without her, with everything going your way, brother, don't be surprised if she comes back around. That's the best revenge life can give you. And if you don't believe it, just watch the next video.
I left my husband 5 months ago and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31 and I feel like I'm 18 again trying to navigate the world. Because you know what I regret more than leaving my husband? It having to get to that point anyway. I regret marrying the wrong person in the first place and not listening to my intuition. From my mistakes. So that you can learn from me being a dumbass. Because I feel dumb all the time. Of course, it's normal to have regret. I regret so many things in my life, but I can't let it ruin my life either. Never learn from things going right. We learn from them going wrong, and I'm holding on to that. Regret that I had to get to that point. I didn't want it to, but it happened, and we move on.
This is why I never want to be in a relationship again with a man after divorce. And it's not because men are terrible. And I have had plenty of horrible experiences with men. That's not it. It's because I have had a taste of complete freedom and autonomy, and I have learned that I can give myself a better quality of life than any man that I have ever been with. Combine that freedom and that autonomy with the wisdom that comes of being in midlife, it's unstoppable. I'm ready to do really good things. I'm ready to achieve something. I'm ready to stretch myself. I want to spend this next half of my life with women. I want to connect with women. I want to help women understand what they're capable of. I want relationships that are so fulfilling and so rewarding that don't infringe on my freedom and my autonomy and my independence and my ability to do whatever the hell I want whenever I want to do it. And that simply just cannot exist when you're in a relationship with a man. There's way too much for me to sacrifice to get back into another relationship. I feel completely let loose, uninhibited. It's so powerful and it's so addicting. I don't know why people give that up. If you don't love being single and you need a little boost, a little nudge, join my free webinar. It will cost you nothing, and it might just be the little push you get to start creating a life that you are obsessed with. And that way, whether or not a man is in it, you love it.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Like I told you, she'll remember you. When she realizes the grass isn't greener on the other side, she'll come looking for you. She'll regret it. Because when a woman leaves a man, she often assumes life will stay exactly the way it was when she first met him, that she'll remain young, that she'll always have plenty of men chasing her. But that's not always how things turn out. Many of the men pursuing her aren't even on the same level as the man she left. And it stings even more when she knows she walked away from an exceptional man. Then one day, a friend tells her, "I saw so-and-so the other day. He's doing great." Or she looks you up on social media and sees how your life has changed. And then there's the woman who's still calling herself single and free, convinced she's living her best life long after turning 40. Give me a break.
You know things are bad when you are no longer physically able to picture yourself being in a relationship or being in love at some point in the future. I remember I used to get so giddy and excited every single time I thought about my future and what that would look like with a partner. Like, I would always conjure up these made up scenarios of myself and some mystery man of how we met or conversations we'd have or what our life would look like together. And I realized recently that I'm no longer able to do that. Like, when I think about my future, I no longer see a man in it. And it makes me sad because, again, like I mentioned, it used to make me really excited about the possibility of like, ooh, who is this person gonna be? But now I'm in this place of like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I would love for it to happen and I'm very open to it happening. But in this current phase of my life, at least where I'm currently at right now, it just does not seem like that's a possibility. It doesn't seem real. Like, even going further, I typically have a very specific type of man that I'm attracted to, and I could always picture myself with that kind of person. But even now, I'm just like, I don't even know what kind of person I see myself with. And I don't even want to put in the energy of like trying to hype myself up about something that I really want, because historically speaking, nothing in my life ever goes the way that I want it to, or nothing ever happens when I want it to. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm not even going to try to imagine myself with this type of man because I can't guarantee that's going to happen. It's probably not even going to happen that way. But I guess I'm just really grieving that once very hopeful version of myself. I'm grieving the version of myself that was much younger, maybe like mid-20s, that was like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet someone. And now I'm 30 and a half years old and I'm feeling the complete opposite way. When I think about my life 10 years in the future, I don't know what I see. I see nothing, because I feel like my life trajectory just continues to change. And like I said, I can't see myself with a partner anymore. This could be a mixture of a variety of things, like maybe my mind is trying to protect me. Maybe this is a sign that my life is just gonna head in a completely different direction than ending up with someone. Maybe me not being able to picture myself with someone ever again is just a phase. I don't really know, but I hate it here. I hate that I don't get excited about the potential of meeting someone like I used to. I don't know, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's good I'm not completely putting all of my eggs in one basket of being like, yep, this is exactly how my life is gonna end up. Maybe life will surprise me. It usually tends to do so. But it is pretty wild that I no longer picture myself with anyone anymore, let alone a specific kind of person, and it makes me sad.
Another chronically single woman. I think I've made plenty of videos about this type of woman before. Honestly, given her situation, I'd expect her to give almost any decent guy a chance, because what's happening here doesn't seem normal. It feels like she spent most of her life single. I can't really explain it otherwise, unless she's simply not very attractive. To me, she's a classic example of the over-selection trap. She uses dating apps, believes she has endless options, never focuses on getting to know any one person because there's always someone who seems better just a swipe away. And in the end, she winds up exactly where that mindset often leads. Alone, disappointed, and wondering what went wrong. Gentlemen, the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we wrap up, we've got 2 questions for you. Do you think dating apps have made it harder for women to commit to one man? Have you ever known a woman who rejected a good man and later regretted it? And if you got something out of this video, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Every bit of support helps us reach more people and continue bringing you this kind of analysis. We'll see you in the next episode of The Wall.